Or we will continue the transmission in the following way. Allow yourselves to relax. Focus your attention on the center of the holotope. You may begin with your music and patterns of light as we guide you across the bridge to 2013 and beyond. The holotope before you, circular, with a central point, becomes the focal point of all of your consciousness, existing in the here and the now, and only in the here and the now. All other concerns drift away. All other concerns drift away, fade away, dissolve. Focus only on the bridge, on the tunnel, on the pathway before you. You are standing in the center of this tunnel, infinitely stretching behind you, infinitely stretching ahead of you. All possibilities reside in this tunnel, in this bridge, on this path. This tunnel is full of many different experiences, many different doorways, many different choices, many different mirrors and reflections of all the different ways that you can choose to be. But the mirrors that will shine brightest, that will reflect brightest, are the ones that reflect the true light of your natural core vibration, your core being, who you truly are, the frequency of unconditional love of all that is from which you are made. Living light fills this tunnel, and all the reflections shine back to you to light your way, to guide you, to allow you to feel that you are made of light. Frequencies blending, cascading, rippling, overlapping, radiating from your central core out through the tunnel in all directions to what you call the past and what you call the future, even though those are all here and now. Allow yourselves to know that as you gaze upon this central point, a point that leads to infinity in this tunnel, you are gazing into the eye of all that is, into the mirror that reflects you as all that is. And you contain all probability, all possibility, all potential choices. Allow yourself to simply be in this tunnel that stretches before you with infinite possibility. Just be. Just be here. Just be now. And as you allow yourself to relax in the center of this infinite tunnel that stretches behind and before you, you begin to feel a vibration, a sensation, as the light reflected from all the mirrors that line the tunnel wall amplify and magnify and vibrate and scintillate and sparkle within you, and give life and light to the spark in the center, in the core of your consciousness. And you feel that vibration begin to build up. And as it builds up within you, as it amplifies, as it magnifies, you begin to vibrate higher and higher and higher, and higher frequencies begin to dominate until they burst forth in both directions, behind and before you, creating a line of continuity, an unbroken, infinite line of light, blazing, laser-like light, stretching out before you in whatever color you wish it to be, in all colors if you wish it to be, in invisible colors if you wish it to be. The light of your path, the light of your true self, guiding you unerringly, the compass needle pointing to infinity along your unique path, down your unique bridge and tunnel. Unerring, unwavering, constant, and indestructible. And as you now allow this light to pierce you through and through, you begin to feel yourself lifted upon this beam of light, floating in the center of this tunnel. And you begin to move down this tunnel, pierced by this line of light that passes through your solar plexus, the chakra of intention. And you are vibrating, pulsing, humming with energy. And you begin to accelerate and accelerate and accelerate and pick up speed more and more and more and more. But even as you begin to move faster and faster and faster down this tunnel, the sensation that envelops you is the sensation of floating in perfect stillness, as if you are not moving at all. And the sensation begins to transform, as if it is not you moving down the tunnel, but the tunnel moving past you. That you are floating perfectly still, yet moving at infinite speed. For moving at infinite speed is exactly identical to the sensation of being everywhere at once. And if you are everywhere at once, filling this tunnel from beginning to end, then you are standing perfectly still. And the tunnel collapses into you, and the light collapses into your being, and you just contain all of infinity, the entire bridge, the entire tunnel within your being, within, vibrating, spark, a burning star within your being that contains all you will ever need to be who and what you truly are, to express yourself in all ways that are truly representative, truly reflective of your true self. Let the vibrations course through you. Let them scintillate in you. Let them ripple throughout you. Feel the music of the light harmonizing within you, singing the eternal song of all that is, here and now, forever and ever, infinite, one and all and one. Knowing what you need to know, when you need to know it. Synchronistic downloads of information and energy, always being given to you, always being gifted to you by the higher mind and the source of all that is. And you, now becoming aligned with a higher frequency to allow yourself to become a perfectly receiving antenna of light and love and knowingness, in perfect balance and perfect harmony with your higher mind and all that is. Breathe deep and let it out. Breathe deep and let it out. Breathe deep and let it out. And feel harmonization throughout your being. You are the essence of all that is, the seed of eternity. You are everywhere, every when, here and now. You are the very experience of life and existence itself. You are a flower blossoming forth and shining upon yourself and growing towards the light of your own being, opening, expanding, fulfilling and fulfilled in beauty and balance and peace and love. Breathe it in and make it your own. Allow it to rearrange any pathways within your being in whatever way will allow you to become more conductive of this light and accelerate this bridge through yourself at whatever speed, at whatever rate is comfortable for you, to recognize the shift, the awareness of the infinite shift at whatever rate translates best for you, and to know that it is always there for you to access. It is always in you, within you, up to you, made of you. It is you. You are the light, you are the love, and it shines forth from within and is reflected back by the higher mind mirror as an eternal guide of unerring quality and unerring precision. You are the path you're on, and you cannot be off yourself. Be at peace, be at ease. Dive into the wonderment of creation. Explore and fear not, for all you will ever discover in the unknown is more of who you are, for that is all there is. One and all and one. And every choice shall be in the service of the best for all. Take a deep breath in and make it your own. And know that 2013 and all the orbits beyond are all manifest here and now in multiple parallel realities, and you shall shift through the series of those that is most you. Unerringly, the maps are all within you. The conversations are all within you. Straighten your question marks into exclamation points, and you shall know what you need to know when you need to know it. Trust the timing of your lives. Trust the unfolding of your lives. Whether you know it or not, you know what you're doing. Be at peace. Be at ease. Be one with all that is. Take a deep breath in and make it your own. Crystallize, catalyze, and allow your imagination to be your guide. Soften your music, soften your lights, and slowly and effortlessly and joyfully shift in to the reality now that is most you, and know that that frequency is forever within you, and that you may project it forever without you. For the mirror is perfectly polished and shows you exactly what you need to see. Every moment of existence is a perfect reflection, a perfect orchestration, a perfect experience of you from a different point of view. Take a deep breath in and relax. Let go and let in that which you are. You are the dream and the dreamer. Awaken within yourself and know that you are the dream and all the dreams to come. And we will dream together with you. Soften now your music and your lights, and slowly at a pace that is comfortable for you, awaken into your new reality that we share with you. Our unconditional love to you all. Sweet dreams and good night.
All right, I'll say good day to you. This day of your time, how are you all? All right. We thank you once again for the co-creation of this interaction. And we will begin this transmission with the idea called Children of the Future, which is you. And this is what we mean by this idea. Most people on your planet at this time think of themselves as the product of what has happened to them in the past. And as we have discussed, of course, many times, you're actually creating the experience of your past from the present. As you define yourself in the moment, of course, you create a different past that makes linear sense, space-time sense, for the person that you have changed yourself to be in the moment, creating a past that makes sense in terms of what you would have to have been in order to become who you are. And you change this many times in many ways over the course of your lifetime, so that at any given moment, you may not know that a few moments ago you would have remembered a completely different past. Because when you create a new past, you generally do so to allow it to make sense as if it's been the past you've always had. So you don't have to think about it. It simply exists then, comes into being then to support the person you say you are now. And you've done this over and over again. Not only individually, but even collectively. As we reminded you at one particular point when we were discussing this topic previously, you have had many different collective timeline pasts as an entire society, even as an entire civilization. The example we gave before is the idea that even though at this point most of you would say that your President Kennedy was assassinated in your year of 1963, it actually used to be true that he didn't die until 1985. But the idea is there were repercussions from that particular reality that collectively you did not prefer. So you changed things to allow there to be a different history where what had happened when he lived until 1985 would not happen. Therefore, this happens all the time, though most of you will not remember the 1985 history at this point. Now, we understand that we have explained that it is really your present that creates the past, but we're going to use in the following example for this subject, for this topic at this time, the linear idea, since you are so used to using it. But we're going to help you use it in a different way. You are very used to the idea, as we said, of thinking that your past supports who you are now in the present. But what we are asking you to do is to start to shift so that it's not so much that you inform who you are now by who you've been, but inform who you are now by who you will become, your future selves. It is now time to cross the threshold to start defining who you are now by who you will be. So the idea is similar to what you are experiencing here with us, because again, colloquially speaking, euphemistically speaking, metaphorically speaking, I am the channel's future self. We exist simultaneously, of course. But from your space-time perspective, I exist in a reality that you relate to as the idea of the future. And yet you can see that by the agreement that we have made, by the expression of this channeling and this communication, I, as the so-called future self of the channel sitting before you, over time, rub off on him. Inform him of how he can become more his version of me in his own reality, so that he begins to live a life not informed by the past, but informed by the future. All of you have the capacity to do this. And it's an easy thing to do in using your imagination. Now again, following the rule that it's not about insistence, but just as an imagination exercise that can help create a shift in your vibration, it's okay to use your imagination to start imagining versions of your future self, not only in the idea of a connection you may have to another being in another civilization, in another dimension, in another reality, on a spirit level, what have you, but also the idea of the future self that you can allow yourself to become while on earth, mirroring that idea of the future self that you are connecting to elsewhere in the same way that the channel connects to us. So using your imagination, you can begin to paint a picture. You can start with the idea of a future self that is similar to the idea of the kind of future self I am to the channel. You can imagine a counterpart, another version, another extension of the same oversoul that you are, living a life on another planet and another reality that is more representative of the ideal situation that you prefer on your own world. You can begin that way. And as you begin to form a connection in that imagination and play that story out of what that life may be like, and allow it to become more and more solid, more and more real, again, without the insistence that it has to be, quote unquote, accurate, you can begin to entrain the vibration of your body now to begin to accept the state of being that is representative of that idealized future self that you prefer to be. And as you play out daily scenarios of that version of you, you will start at a certain point, when you become used to it, when you practice it, start to feel yourself taking on some of those qualities. You will start to mirror and mimic the way you see that being functioning in its reality. And that will start to rub off and start to inform your present experience on earth. You will start to see that you will do things a little bit differently. You will start to think a little bit differently. You will start to see things from a different perspective that is more representative of that future self. And bit by bit, as you build that relation and build that connection and strengthen that state of being, and make it more real for yourself as a real reality, you will begin to feel that energy within yourself. You will begin to relate to the idea a little bit more than you have related to the idea that your past informs you, that your past has made you what you are. You will start to leave that behind and start to realize that it is your future history that now begins to inform you. And you will start to behave in that way and feel in that way and start, as we said, to do things that are a little bit more representative of who you can become on earth as your version of that future self, just as the channel is becoming more his version of us. That will create you to be a child of the future, coming from the future to your present, in the same way that you have for so long come from the past in your mind, in your energy, into the present. Now it's time to tip that scale to the other side and allow you to come from, allow the information to come from the future to you. And let it be real, because it is real. It is a real reality. You just have to get used to it in the same way you're used to thinking of yourself as being a product of the past. You are now becoming a product of the future. Do you understand? All right. Now, we will help crystallize this a little bit more strongly a little later in the transmission during your holotope meditation. But for now, we simply wish to lay out this idea so that you can begin to let it sink in that this is a different perspective, and allow yourself to begin to really be willing to let go of the idea that you are formed from the past and start at least considering and entertaining the concept that you're actually informed from the future instead. Yes? So then, at this timing, we thank you once again for the gift you are giving to us in allowing us to interact with each and every one of you. And we ask you now, in what way may we continue to be of service to you? Please begin with your questions and dialogues if you wish.